The United States government is pausing immigrant visas, or immigrant visa processing for citizens of 75 countries starting January 21st. Talked about the last week. I talked about the bond situation, visa bonds for I think 13 countries, including my home country, Nigeria, also been affected by that. $5,000 to $15,000 visa bonds to come on visiting visa. Now, immigrant visa processing for 75 countries starting January 21st is also paused, right? And so we're talking about Afghanistan, Russia, Somalia, Brazil, Nigeria, Egypt, Thailand. And so there's a reassessment going on. So it's important for people to be aware. If you are in the process of applying for your visa, maybe hold off on things. If you are trying to process your papers, make sure you're talking to an immigration lawyer if you're here and you're trying to maybe file for your citizenship or file for your green card. Um, this is time to really consult with an immigration lawyer and make sure it's the right time to be doing it. Okay, so I'm not saying don't or do. I'm just saying talk to an immigration lawyer. We have our town hall coming up um, January 31st, and we're hoping to have two of our in-house immigration lawyers be present, and this will be a good time to come in and at least have a conversation. And but I would say go book a consultation with someone and ask questions. We also want to talk about, again, sadly there's news around all the things going on in Minnesota with immigration enforcement. There's been an intensification on that across several US cities, and the consequence of that, there's more arrests, there's more routine checks. We had the vice president talking about, hey, ICE is being encouraged to go door to door, knock on doors and all of that. And so what that has led to is just fear among, you know, a lot of immigrant communities, especially African immigrant communities. People are trying to be careful around, how do I move, and all of that. There's organizations that really talk about how to navigate and handle engagements with ICE. If you have encounters, please do some more research on that. But mine, I want to raise an awareness. Please, we this is a time where we have to be intentional about how we move. It's not time to be afraid or fearful. If you have your papers, you're good. Just make sure it's you have important numbers to call in case numbers you can call to get yourself cleared really quickly, and all of that. But for people who are in the process, who are in between their process, who have their paperwork in and all of those things, this is the time to be very careful, right? How you move and where you go and all of those things. It is super important that we are not everywhere at all times. You can't show up to everything. It's just a season to be careful. And again, make sure you're talking to and you have a lawyer, an immigration lawyer who you have their number. At least, if anything, you have a number to call that is somebody who is familiar with the law and can make moves on your behalf. Have their number in your phone, have their number memorized,